Welcome everyone. You're watching 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗺 Science. Today we're diving into the top 5 errors you will encounter while using Selenium for web scraping. We'll also cover practical fixes for each issue. Stay till the end for a bonus. Let's get started. First up, we have tip number 1, element not found exception. This error happens when Selenium can't find an element on a page. To fix this, make sure your locator is correct and use 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 to wait for the element to load properly. Possible reasons this can occur is due to spelling inaccuracy, HTML changes, or XPath. Make sure the locator is correct and the element is present in the DOM. Use 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 to wait for elements to be loaded. I want to show an example real quick with 2 items. We can look at the code snippet and investigate this. I left 2 different examples in this code block. The first part you see here would be an issue if the element you are searching for does not exist or spelled incorrectly. What makes this challenging is if a page is dynamic and updated often. A workaround to try and catch this will be to include performing an explicit wait before moving on. This can help for a few reasons. For example, not all the elements are loaded at once, and if you make a call before it's finished, you could get an error. The line under allows us to wait for the page to load a specific amount of time and then search for that element. In this case, it was some arbitrary element ID. If the element is there, we are going to retrieve it and leave. Otherwise, continue looking. Tip number 2, stale element reference exception. This occurs when an element you interacted with is no longer present in the DOM. The solution is to relocate the element before interacting with it. Possible reason for this to occur would be HTML elements no longer associated with the DOM web element, usually due to JavaScript element being dynamically updated within the DOM. Example of this would be a button or a banner on a page to deal with something such as a promotion. You go to click it later, but it doesn't work since this is now an old link. Another possible event that can occur is an HTML element, the element before trying to interact with it. Implementing a retry or a refresh to the page is necessary. We have 2 examples here to investigate this. One is in the link you can do on your own, and then the example that I have below. The code block we can see handles this with the refresh within the try except section. Also, there is a sleep function which can be added to aid in the page loads and avoid timing out. Our third tip of the day is the timeout exception. This happens when a command takes too long to execute. Pretty easy to understand. To fix it, either increase the wait time or ensure the element you're looking for is actually present before interaction. If you could look below and hit that like button and consider subscribing, I'd appreciate it. Put a lot of time into these videos. Now let's get back. Our 4th tip of the day, the no such element exception. If Selenium can't find the element, double check here if the page is having issues with loading or the element isn't even there in the first place. You can look at the try except block where we included it to run our pass for checks and balances. Tip 5, we have the element not interactable exception. This occurs when an element is not interacting, even though it's present. Make sure the element is visible and enabled before attempting to interact. The element may be disabled or there's some overlapping occurring to create this error. Sometimes scrolling to the element can help with this, which is shown in the code below. Like I promised, our bonus tip. You may encounter this in quotation marks. The error, Chrome driver auto installer is unable to locate package. This indicates that the Chrome driver auto installer package is not available or cannot be found. This can happen for a few reasons. You put the incorrect name, a spelling mistake for instance, or you put an underscore instead of a hyphen, which is probably the case. Also, there may be repository issues. For example, your environment wasn't configured correctly. Let's do a few steps to resolve this and get an idea. First, check the package name to ensure that you are using the correct package name. The correct name for the package is Chrome driver -auto installer, not underscore. If you pay attention right here with this pip install, look for the hyphen right there. Next, update your package repository. Make sure your package repository pip is up to date. Sometimes updating pip can resolve some issues, so we can do that right here with the -- upgrade pip or pip install -- upgrade pip. The third option, try to pick Python and pip versions that you can verify to see if they're compatible. Sometimes you'll have issues with version incompatibility. So we can run this command right here with Python -- version or -- uppercase V, and then the same thing for pip. Next, we can install the package after updating pip and ensure that the correct package name is going to work. So we'll do the pip install with the Chrome driver separated by a dash auto installer, and then we need to verify the installation in the end, and you could do that using a pip list, and this should show you everything that we have current. There's a distinction I want to show which may be confusing people. When you do the pip install, the Chrome driver has a dash, so it would look like this: pip install Chrome driver dash auto installer. Now when you import it into Python, this is where it's confusing. You do an import, but you have to do it with an underscore, and that's the goofy thing about that. That's what I wanted to say to clarify. Now the next thing, you could check the current version here. This is from the official documentation. It'll have the Chrome driver underscore auto installer dot install, and this allows you to check the current version of the driver exists, and if it exists, download it automatically. Puts it in your whatever folder your designated path is in. So that's what I wanted to say for this. I would like to interrupt our regularly scheduled program to introduce the content for our next video, hotshot.co. Let me show you. A few days ago, we were officially introduced to hotshot.co, showcasing some of their work in text to video. The landscape is changing vastly, and competition is breeding fast innovation. This service plans to introduce full-length YouTube video generation by 2025. They're scaling production and further training and fine-tuning their model to do so. They have combined models featuring a mixture of commercial and open source models to create something with more tuning capability. Over the past year, they have trained 3 different models, working towards scaling, training, and perfecting a product that in the near future will possibly compete with big players in the field. Let me show you.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive?
And that's a wrap on the top 5 Selenium errors and how to fix them. If you found this video helpful, consider supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. For more tips and tutorials, check out the links in the description below. Remember, the code for Jupyter Notebook will be pinned in the comment below as well as the description section. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. I've always been curious to see if anyone ever has watched the end of any of my videos. So we're going to test that today. In the comment section, put the word doggo, D-O-G-G-O. You could even put your favorite type of dog if you like dogs. If you don't like dogs, put your favorite animal. I've always been curious. Later.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the